Very rarely you hear a voice that can turn your head, a voice that makes you stop what you're doing and listen.
Now you say you're lonely, you cried the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you.
When you close your eyes, you think, you think somebody much older, mature, because it's a very low, rich, dare I say it, it is a sensual sound.
Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river.
I wish I could have been out in front actually and seen her from the audience perspective, but backstage her voice was incredible.
You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head.
Miss Daisy Blue is 14. Over the last year, she's grabbed the headlines and the attention of every major record company. Her voice caresses the lyrics. The sound is rich, mature, and full of emotion.
Told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me.
Show business beckons, but so does school and the more mundane prospect of study and exams. There are difficult choices facing the talented Miss Daisy.
I've never listened to jazz before. We started doing the songs, but I just enjoyed some of them, and so we decided to do them. My hopes are that this CDs would be good, people would enjoy it, and people wouldn't compare me to people, because I'm young, they probably would compare me to people like Charlotte Church who've done it before, but it'd be nice to just be my own sort of person instead of having to compare me to somebody. It would be really good if it did all work out, because it is really my dream.
I cried a river over you.
Mumbles near Swansea is Daisy's home. She's the daughter of Hilary and singer-songwriter Mal Pope. The story begins at Christmas 2005 when Daisy asked if she could record a CD for her friends.
Moon river, wider than a mile.
I'm not sure what I was expecting. I knew it would be in tune, but she sang it, and I could feel my jaw dropping. Now, I'm a dad, so obviously I think everything all my kids do is brilliant anyway, but I just had a sneaky suspicion that there was maybe something more to it than that. So I made some MP3s and I sent them to people that I knew and respected. One's a jazz musician, one worked with a record company, and just said, I'm working with this girl singer, I think she might be good, what do you think? And I didn't say who she was or her age or anything, just have a listen to the voice. And the reaction has been universal really from people, so maybe it's not just because I'm a dad.
But Dad knows what he's talking about. Mal himself shot to fame at the age of 14 when he was discovered by John Peel and produced by Elton John. The association with Elton would lead to many other offers and opportunities, and a taste of life at the heady heights of the music business. But Mal too had to face the difficult choice between school and stardom.
Say without me you can't go on, but I don't know if you'd care if I wasn't there, if I wasn't there.
I think I am in a unique position of what happened to me as a kid. And I know that if certain decisions had been made about me as a younger singer-songwriter, then I would have probably had more opportunities to take my music to a different level. Having said that, would I have a marriage that's lasted 25 years and 4 fantastic children. You know, you have to put all of these things into some incredible scales and balance.
And I can still remember.
I suppose I know it from both sides. The incredible excitement of having people interested in what you're doing at that age. But you know, it can be incredibly disappointing. I mean, that's what the whole industry is about. You know, that's why X Factor and Pop Idol work, is because you see people's dreams being destroyed in front of your eyes. And it's great television, but it's heartbreaking. And she's 13 years old, so we're very acutely aware of wanting to protect her. I mean, but life's going to be like that anyway, isn't it? So she's just reached this stage much earlier than most kids have to either deal with being accepted or being rejected.
I do get concerned because she is so young, and I don't want her to have those sort of disappointments, and also to be exposed really to a business which isn't always as you'd like young children to be growing up in, so mixed.
While Mal may have the experience, not every 14-year-old would welcome the prospect of working so closely with their father. But Daisy can see the benefits of her dad's help.
Because he's done all this before, and he was my age. He knows exactly what, you know, I'm going through, really. So having him being the person who helps me do it, is just really, it's nice to know that he's done it before, and so he knows exactly what I should do.
I suppose we always knew she had it, because she used to do a lot of school productions. I mean, I remember one time, the last year she was in primary school, she did Joseph, and she was Joseph because I think at that time in school she had the lowest voice out of the whole class, so she was the one who got the male part. So I knew from a very early age that she enjoyed singing. I mean, 'cause she was often in the room above mine or below, singing her lungs out. Got on the nerves a bit, but you know, it's part of her growing up, isn't it?
The whole thing is bizarre. It's, as Daisy says, it's like a twilight life at the moment. You know, Joe, who I'm working with, Joe O'Neill, I'm working with on the project, and we're trying. I mean, we had a good conversation over breakfast this morning. We're calling it the project, and in fact, Daisy's working under a different name. She's not working as Daisy Pope. She's working as Daisy Blue. So we're trying to make the difference that we don't talk about Daisy Blue things over dinner. That we talk about Daisy Blue things when we're in the studio, and we talk about Daisy Pope things, you know, when we're a family. And that might sound odd, but I think we sort of have to put boundaries up already. So it's the whole situation is bizarre. You know, Joe O'Neill comes out of a meeting with EMI and Universal, and he says the reaction is incredibly positive. And I said, that's great. I can't stop because we've got to go and choose Daisy's GCSE options, and it's that bizarre. So it could get more bizarre, or it could go back to normal, you know, and either is fine. I just think we have a responsibility to look after her, and also to the talent. You know, you can use that as an excuse, but I think she does have a talent that I don't want her to look back in years to come and say, well, why didn't you let me do it, or why didn't you take it the next step? So I'm just hoping we can you know, be good parents and good managers of what she is, so that we don't ruin her, don't ruin her life, that we create something good for her.
All that singing in the bedroom and getting on her brother's nerves has paid off. The CD that Daisy recorded has got the attention of 6 international record companies, and so it's off to London to sing for them, live.
I'm split between excited and nervous, because I'm excited that it might all work out, and you know, I might have this brilliant lifestyle that I've always wanted since I was little, and it's always been my dream. But then on the other hand, I'm really nervous that I might, you know, get a note wrong, sing different words when they're listening to me, or I say something in the interview and they're interviewing me, and so it's just all a bit daunting. I've told 3 of my friends, but I've tried to keep it quiet just in case it all goes wrong, and then I might have to explain to them, which might be a bit embarrassing. Basically, I'm a product, you know, and it's just whether they like me or not. But you know, it would be really good if it did all work out, because it is really my dream.
It promises to be a packed couple of days, with Daisy having to sing a number of songs for each of the record company executives in turn. A rehearsal room has been reserved for her, and while she waits, there's just time for a few last-minute preparations.
Does it feel at the top, is it alright?
Yeah, it's good.
Not too sore?
I'm going to see Sony BMG this morning at 12 o'clock, then Universal at 1 o'clock, and then EMI this afternoon.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see what the reaction is to her voice, whether what I heard at home is I was being nuts, or whether there is something there which might be good. Every time I talk to her, we always say, but of course they might not turn up, or they might not want to do it, or you might be too young. So I've tried to put these barriers around to accept rejection, because that's what she faces now that we're in the big bad world. It's not a mum or a dad or uncles and aunties saying, "Oh, we love you singing." It's now people are going to either say we want it or we don't want it, and that could be painful. I think it's probably good that it's just the two of us, because we're being very businesslike about it. We've got 3 people coming, appointments, and we're warmed up, and we're drinking water, and it's not, there's no sort of periphery fussing around. So the two of us, we're quite focused about where we're here, and she can have a cheeseburger on the way home if she wants one.
Everything has kind of gone to plan.
One of the people helping Daisy is music promoter Joe Neal, who's worked with many top names in the music business.
We've had an absolute amazing response. I mean, in 20 odd years in the music business, I don't think I've ever had the kind of response that we've had to this young lady. It's so exciting. We're not selling a gimmick. I think that's important in this. We're actually selling, an incredibly strong, unique, distinctive voice. And again, I've been in studios over the years and seen so-called good singers trying to do it without the assistance of technology, and you'd be shocked, you'd be left flat. But I've been with Daisy, and she's stood straight up and down in front of me and sung, and she has an incredible voice, and that's a very, very powerful weapon in selling this whole thing.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you, Daisy.
So the first record company executives turn up to meet Daisy and to listen to what she can do.
I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian. Told me you were through with me. And now you say you love me. Well, just to prove.
Well, you look for talent, first and foremost. I mean, it's something that hits you between the eyes that you maybe didn't expect. Something takes your breath away. The X Factor thing.
The X Factor thing, something or somebody with attitude as well. Somebody you think can connect with an audience. It's not easy, not everybody has that. Lots of people have good voices, but somebody who can communicate with an audience, because that's what they'll need to be doing on a regular basis.
And Daisy has the chance to communicate with an audience soon after the audition. A very big audience of 6,000 at the big Anthem concert in Pontypridd.
I'm looking forward to getting out there and singing and doing my little bit, and then just coming back and doing the finale with everybody. So really excited.
How does Mum feel about all this, Olivia?
Very proud of Daisy, so, well, I think it'll go well. It looks great, it really does.
One, two.
It's a very interesting test. I mean, it's not going to make or break her career tonight, but it's a really interesting thing for her to go through, and I think she'll learn a lot about herself tonight, and we'll also learn a lot about how she can cope with this sort of pressure, because it is there's going to be 6,000 people here tonight, and, many grown men would end up crying or being sick in the corner. I don't think she's going to do that. I think she knows she can sing. We've rehearsed the songs. She seems very confident. These are first steps on that really long road of apprenticeship. Yeah, apart from the school productions, there have been 200 or 300 people, and she's been part of the chorus there. Standing up in front of 6,000 people, I think that's a big gig in anybody's book.
it's an amazing feeling, all the lights on you, and I didn't know, but I was on the big screen, so that was a bit of a, but it's very exciting. It's such a buzz when you're on there. It's such a lovely feeling. It's really nice.
As the performance draws near, there's just time for the finishing touches. During the last few months, Daisy's made a big impression on some very famous people and some very seasoned performers.
I think it's going to be smashing. She's such a cool, I shouldn't say she's a young lady now, and I performed with her last year in the tour of Amazing Grace, but she's grown since then, and I was amazed to hear how mature her voice is, especially singing those Gershwin style songs, you know. I think she's got a very bright future ahead of her.
She's Welsh, she's from Swansea. Give a huge welcome to Miss Daisy Bloom.
Thank you very much, Ponzi. Have a lovely evening. That's it from me.
I was so nervous before, but once I got on there, I just enjoyed it so much. When you're on stage, you just realise what you're there for and why you love singing, really. And it's such an amazing feeling. It's really overwhelming.
So what struck you most then? Lights, audience?
There was loads of audience. It was just nice. I was trying to react to them, so trying to get them involved with the first song because it's such an upbeat song. So I think everybody enjoys, hopefully.
She was incredible. I was told, sort of warned that she had this big, huge voice, you know, way beyond her years. And seriously, you know, it's like, how old is she? She's like 13, isn't she?
She's just turned 14.
Just turned 14. Oh my gosh.
Would you have any advice, any tips for her?
Any tips? Well, I guess it's just important just to stay, you know, you get these opportunities to perform around the world and travel, but it's so important just to stay close to your roots and your family, most importantly, and try and, you know, get into I don't know, just try and make sure that you've got time off, time to spend with friends and family.
Back at home in Mumbles, it's time to reflect over the whirlwind of the last few months. There have been offers of contracts from record companies, but there are also concerns about a young girl of 14 singing songs with some fairly mature themes.
The sort of material that her voice is extra good at coping with is jazzy and, you know, has got connotations, and she's only 14. So, yeah, I think that has possibly been a little bit of a stumbling block because, you know, really when you see her singing and you realise that she could quite easily have the sexy dresses and the, you know, very grown-up look, that she's only 14 and it doesn't need to be like that.
It was amazing, the response from the record companies. We just flew out of the gates when people heard the voice, and I think a lot of them then, when they put the age and the voice and the content of the songs together, they suddenly panicked.
I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you.
One record company said, we love her voice, we think it's fantastic, but we've got shareholders. And I was thinking, I don't quite understand this, no, and so we've got to have a real responsibility to, and I said, oh yeah, now I get what you're saying.
Daisy too has got some doubts about her double life. She's felt the pressure of having to share her time between performing on the stage and studying in school. She has a choice. Either accept a compromise, leave school and sing different kinds of songs, or wait a while, stay in school and see what the future brings. And Daisy has made up her mind. She knows what she wants, and Daisy is not prepared to compromise.
Basically, I would quite like to go through school and try and get my GCSEs without too much hassle and too much busyness on the side. But after that, I will pursue it a lot more than I'm willing to at the moment.
We've had tears and not really tantrums, but she's quite sensitive at times, and we've had some nice times together. You know, I've got to spend time just chatting and making sure that she's happy about everything and that she's not too nervous. We've had some nice times together actually, because I think you probably try and spend a bit more time just making sure everybody's happy, and yeah, we've had some good times, and I've been very proud of her. She's come up trumps.
The whole making the album and songs like that, I'll probably put on hold for a bit, but I'll, you know, as I say, I'll keep on performing the little things, and then when I'm ready to do the whole load of it all together, then I'll start writing and things like that.
I don't think Daisy's talent will ever desert her. And it's not just about the voice, it's the way she interprets a song, the way she's able to move in the bar, where she places the notes, which is totally natural. So that'll never go. But it all comes down to her at the end of the day. When she's ready, I'll still be there. I'm her dad, so I'll still be there. But if she's never ready, then actually it doesn't matter. I think it would be a shame, because I think it's a wonderful gift, and you have a responsibility to a gift to be a steward of that gift. That goes back to my church upbringing, you know. But it's got to be her.
Daisy has made up her mind. She's taking her time, gaining experience, and one day soon the world will wake up to the magic of the talented Miss Daisy.
Happy am I. It's not how I planned. Friendship I know, but love I don't understand. I say there's no one that I fear. No one can stop this great career. Somehow your presence feels so dear. Need you, ask why. Happy am I.
I've learned a lot about my daughter, which is fantastic, that she really is her own person. Even at 14, she knows her mind. And I've had to learn a lot about being a dad, you know, because my instinct is that this is a great voice. And I think she's just saying, actually, I'm not quite ready for it, which is wonderful that she has the strength of character to say, well, I'm enjoying it, and you know, we're off to New York, and we're going to do that, and she's still going to be part of a record release, but it's not. She doesn't want to leave school, which is incredible. You know, that this 14-year-old actually wants to do a GCSE. She wants to stay normal.
Maybe we'll try. Happy am I. Can heaven above listen?
I like the aspect of being normal, as it would be. I would quite like to finish my childhood, and then when I'm in my mindset to do work, then go into the singing much more.
Because happy am I. You're here with me. I want to tell the world, let everyone see. Where will this lead? I do not know, but if you take my hand, then I will go. Happy am I.
Thank you.
Miss Daisy Blue, thank you very much indeed.